Yes guys, so tonight I'm heading into central London. I think Regent Street is where I'm going, mainly because it's where all the Christmas lights are. I think they've literally, maybe a couple of days ago, the light switch was on, so I'm going to head down, see if there's any cool spots. I think the streets are looking pretty sick. Funnily enough, this area was actually one of the first areas where I ever shot before. It was when I first started photography in January, I think, and the lights were still on. And I remember it being absolutely rammed full of people, and I found it quite difficult to shoot, but I'm hoping because we're during the week now, I'm hoping that it shouldn't be as busy. But either way, I'm sure we'll get some pretty sick shots, so yeah, let's go. Okay, so I've just arrived, but I don't really know where I'm going, so I'm gonna maybe spend a few minutes trying to find some places. Okay, so I'm gonna be heading to somewhere which I think is gonna look pretty sick. I've seen it on Instagram and everything like that. Oh my, there it is. Jeez, that looks so sick. That red building there, and I think there's another one somewhere. Well, anyway, there's plenty to shoot around here, so let's have a bit of fun. Okay, so I've just finished shooting at this absolute beast of a location. I think I only got the one shot, but I think it's a pretty good shot. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I'm really looking forward to editing it, but I've just realised I spent so long here, like at least an hour. So, and I had like a couple other places I wanted to check out, but I'm gonna have to get a move on. So yeah, let's go. Right, so I've just been shooting about 10 seconds that way for about a good hour now, and the place I wanted to come to originally is just here. Little did I know it was literally like 10 seconds down the road. So yeah, that's good for me. I'm gonna get cracking with these shots, so yeah, let's go. So with all these Christmas lights and buses, I feel like it would be a bit of a waste if I didn't, you know, try and get some long exposures and things like that. So I'm gonna maybe set my tripod like down the middle of this street, so I can get maybe a trail on either side. I reckon that'll look pretty sick. But yeah, let's give it a go. So I often get people asking me, you know, what kind of settings do you use for your long exposures and things like that. And I've said this before, but I like my trails to be really smooth and not, I don't know how to describe it, but I'll put some images up on the screen now of what I do and what I don't like. So in order to get this, you kind of have to use an exposure time of 1/3 of a second to a second max, because this enables the bus to go from one side of the image to the other and then snap close straight away. And therefore you get like a nice smooth buttery trail, which is what I prefer in trails. And I realise that probably makes absolutely 0 sense, but it's just all about experimenting really. Like at first I didn't really have a clue what I had to do. Like it's just all about getting out there, trying as much as possible, seeing what does work and what doesn't work for you, because everyone's got different preferences at the end of the day. So yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, so I've just finished up shooting. I think I was out for a good few hours, maybe like 3 or 4 hours, and I'm absolutely knackered. So I'm gonna head home now, get some rest. I think I got some good shots tonight. Looking forward to editing them. And I actually bumped into a few other photographers as well, which is nice, which rarely happens. So now, peace out. Okay, so that ended up actually being a really decent shoot. I got about 1 or 2 images which I'm really happy with. The first one that I ended up getting was at the Cartier store with the red building with all the decor on the front of it. A lot of the shots that I'd seen already were literally just a square on shot of the building, which I thought was quite nice. However, I spotted this telephone box which had really nice reflective glass on the side of it, and if you put the camera at the right angle you can get a quite nice reflection shot, which is a completely different perspective to what you may have seen before, and I think it looks quite nice. I got a few different angles of it, but in the end I went with this one here. As you can see, it's quite an even reflection and it's quite clean, and this is the edit I went with. Obviously, because there were so many different colours there, it was kind of difficult to sort of neutralise them all and balance them out. Okay, so the second shot I got was this one here on Regent Street, down the middle of the road, of the 2 bus trails going down the middle. With the Christmas fairy lights at the top, and a lot of people were wondering how I managed to get these 2 bus trails to look so similar, and it's because I took one image of the bus on the left going past it. Obviously, because of the busy nature of the road, I found it really difficult to time 2 buses which went past at the exact same time, so I actually ended up doing a little bit of photoshopping with this image, whereby I masked in the bus trail on the left, also on the right, just to add a bit more symmetry and just to lead the eye towards the centre of the image. And personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with this, because at the end of the day, it's still part of the creative process, and it doesn't just stop after you take a photo, it can continue further into post-production as well. So I'm actually really happy with this, how this turned out. Obviously, it would have been great if I could have timed 2 buses at the same time, but yeah, either way I ended up with what I wanted. And if you're interested in seeing how I actually did this in Photoshop, I'll be more than happy to make another video on this, so if that's something you're interested in, then do let me know. Yeah, I'm happy overall with the images I got. I definitely feel like I want to go back to the Christmas light area in London, because there's still so many different areas that I haven't seen that I want to shoot. Anyway guys, I think I'm going to call that a wrap here. If you did like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, that would mean a lot to me, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And also, if you want to check out the images I took from tonight, go and check them out on my Instagram. It's thevisuallife_. For now, see you next time.